Hello, this is Grandmaster Ware once again with Mount Tabor Grand Lodge YouTube channel. Welcome, 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 welcome. I want to thank you for your support through your donations and the purchasing of our book, Masonic Maturity Through Scripture. You've been very good to Mount Tabor Grand Lodge. I want to especially thank you for the words of encouragement that I continually get over via the email and messaging on our YouTube channel. You know, Mount Tabor has built a bank of loyal viewers and subscribers, and again, I'm thankful. It's an opportunity, it's a wonderful opportunity, and I'm thankful for you letting us serve you. My prayer is that what we do continues to propel you to increase. You know, we have some great things on the trestle board, some exciting things, and at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a little peek about it to let you know what's pretty much what we have intended down the road. But for right now, let's just go to increase. Let's talk about increase. You know, in past videos, I mentioned strategic economic relationships. And you think about it, God uses people to bless people. So without those strategic economic relationships, you will not get the increase you seek. Those relationships are the ones that help propel you forward and up to a higher level in life. They help elevate you. They help make available information and wisdom that provide a platform for your growth. The book of Proverbs is such a vehicle. It is packed with knowledge and wisdom on every subject under the sun. In fact, I recommend that the book of Proverbs should be read 3 months in a row. And then every January, you read it again. Now, I know this type of redundancy is very difficult for our average person, but as Masons and Eastern Stars, you are not to be average. Yes, in common things, repetition is thought as needless and nauseous. And we hate to go over the same thing over and over and over and over again. But in sacred things, it creates an opportunity for new revelation. The repetition allows you to focus line upon line, precept upon precept. You know, to write the same thing down is not grievous. What it does, it provides an avenue for you to build your faith and your spirit. Now, the book of Chronicles is such a vehicle. It's such an item. In a great way, the book of Chronicles is full of repetition. But in the book of Chronicles, there's information and there's useful things that you will not find anywhere else. And so in the repetitious reading and studying of it, you will pick out those pieces of meat continually. Yes, it is true that out of the mouth of 2 witnesses, every word may be established. And what is taught in that manner, it will be remembered. So spaced repetition is good for you. Now let's go to an age-old question. What is more valuable than silver and gold? The answer is your name. In days of old, names meant something. They meant everything. In some cases, they even told what your future was going to be. If you look at the name of Abraham, it means father of many. Ruth, companion, friend, vision of beauty. If you go to Joseph, that name means God will increase. He will add. Now in 1 Chronicles, we're introduced to a young man named Jabez. To me, the story of Jabez has masonry written all over it. Jabez, as far as I could see, just popped up. I didn't see any reference to him prior to 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verses 9 and 10, and I didn't see anything afterwards. I didn't see anything about his family, but he popped up. And the interesting thing about Jabez is that his name meant he makes sorrowful. His mother stated that I gave birth to him in pain. Now think about that for a hot minute. How would you like to walk around with a name that means pain and sorrowful? What kind of life do you think he led as a kid? You know, children can be cruel. But Jabez, having been labeled as sorrow at birth, commenced to praying, and his prayers contradicted or nullified his name's meaning. His life contradicted his name. When you throw a pebble in the stream, you create a ripple. If you throw enough pebbles, you can even create a foundation, a bed underneath the river or stream. And even if you throw even more into a stream, you can even change the direction of that stream. In other words, by adding enough of anything, you can change a thing completely. And Jabez became a well-respected man, esteemed, seen as valuable. He was hinted as being in the lineage of the kings of the tribe of Judah. Now, none of his family was mentioned, but his prayer for God, to God for blessings were answered. He might have been influential and well respected as a scribe, because there was a city named after him, and a lot of scribes lived there. But let's go back to specifics here. In 1 Chronicles 4 and 9, and it says, and Jabez was more honorable, which means he was more deserving, he was above reproach than his brethren. Now, we're not told in that scripture exactly on what account he was more honorable than his brethren. We have reason to think that it was because of his learning or his piety, his dutifulness to his religion. So the pebbles he threw in his stream of life were first in learning, because in his acquisition of knowledge and through study, we were told, and we find that the Jews say he was a famous doctor of the law and left many disciples behind him. The other pebble he was throwing was that of piety, because of his faithfulness, his loyalty, steadfastness to his religion. We're told that he was a praying man. So his inclination to devotion made him more honorable, and by prayer he obtained the blessings of God, which added to his honor also. Now, the way to be truly great is to be truly good and to pray much. Let's take a look at his prayers. He asked for 4 things. Number 1, that God would bless him indeed. Perhaps he had an understanding of God's promise to Abraham. You see, in Genesis, God told Adam and Eve to go, be fruitful, and multiply. But in Genesis 22:17, God told Abraham, God, I will multiply your seed. We can only wish to be blessed. But when God blesses you, you are blessed indeed, because God commands blessings. Those whom he bless are blessed indeed. And when I say blessed indeed, that means blessed without question. The second thing Jabez prayed for was that God would enlarge his coast and prosper his endeavors for increase, whether work or war. He asked for exactly what he wanted, increase. The third thing he asked for was that God's hand would be on him and the presence of God's power would be with him. You see, to have God's hand to lead him, to protect him, strengthen him, and to work in him and for him is indeed, without question, all sufficient. This is the way the life of a Mason is supposed to be lived. Life where you are qualified, have the rights and privileges to enter into the Holy of Holies, into the presence of God, and have the hand of God on you as you go and come. The fourth thing Jabez prayed for was that God would keep him from evil, the evil of sin, the evil of trouble, and all the evil designs of his enemies, that they might hurt and might not hurt him or grieve him, and would not cause him to be a man of sorrow. He prayed for his focus, and so that his focus would not be broken by delays, deceptions, and distractions. You see, in the third and fourth part of his prayers, those speak volumes about the difference between advice and guidance. You've heard the term, a piece of advice. And you know how people act when they get a little advice. But to be guided requires a relationship. A relationship first with God and then godly people. Those strategic economic relationships I mentioned. Those are the ones that seek to be of added value to your life and your life's purpose. What was the success of his prayers? God granted him all that he requested. He prospered him remarkably, and he gave him success in his undertakings, in his studies, in his business, and in his conflicts with his Canaanites. And so, yes, he indeed became more honorable than his brethren. You see, back in those days, God was always ready to hear prayer. Now, here's a big hoofah. Light comes on. Today, he's still ready to hear prayer. His ears are not yet overloaded. So the story of Jabez tells us that no matter where you begin, be it a bad name, poor financial condition, minimal education, or poor family structure, the throwing of pebbles such as being honorable, studying to improve yourself, being faithful, loyal, and standing steadfast on your religious beliefs, you can change the direction and destination of your life. The Masonic Lodge is to aid and assist you along the way. That is a wonderful thing to hear. Now, maybe you are missing something, or if you feel like you're missing something, or you seek to make a change in your life, the Masonic Order and our system of training and imparting knowledge might be what you need. I mentioned earlier that I was going to give you a little information about where we want to go with our YouTube channel. We're considering a platform where information can be given on an exclusive and personal basis. So you have access to exclusive content. Now, this will only be done if you, our viewers and subscribers, see benefit. Mount Tabor has always and does wish to play a part in your life's purpose. So I'm going to ask you to messenger, email, or call me. Let me know if you are interested and would like exclusive and personal access to information that can help you excel, elevate, and improve your life. So over the next month or so, I'm going to be watching and looking for your responses. Then I will evaluate it and we'll determine the viability of taking the next step. We want to be of more and more and more value to you, our viewers and subscribers. So do that for me, if you will. Let us reason together and see if we can cause increase in your life. Please continue to like, follow, and share us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Tell others to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you're welcome to become a partner. We would appreciate it. You can do that by donating via Cash App or Zelle. And our book on Amazon in paperback and Kindle, Masonic Maturity Through Scripture. It's a lot of information in that book, and it will lead you, guide you to the Holy of Holies and a change in your life. Thank you very much. At Mount Tabor, remember, we do not levitate. Our aim is to elevate. Thank you very much.